All right, well, good evening, everybody. Ken Johnson is here with you. We are about to talk a little bit about the rain chances as we get into tomorrow morning. Not a whole lot has changed. If you watched the forecast earlier tonight, or if you watched the Facebook Live I did earlier, not a whole lot has changed. Everything is about the same. Evening weather data coming in almost identical. So no big changes to the forecast. If we take a look at what's going on right now, the radar, as we were expecting, not very active over our neck of the woods. If we zoom in a little bit, there are a few little showers that tried to pop up over there in Wilbarger County, but those are pretty light. They're not going to amount to much there. And we might see a couple more of these try to pop up over the next several hours. There's most of your rain that's still back west. Now, at 5 o'clock, this was much more widespread. The radar was much more lit up, but the radar seems to be showing a little bit of a downward trend with some of these showers and thunder showers back this way. We do see a little bit of an outflow boundary, a little bit of a rain-cooled boundary kind of moving over into here. And you're seeing a few little showers develop along it. I still think, though, let me start, but let me go up here. Look, there are some stronger storms north of us here tonight. And I do expect by morning this activity that's kind of up in here to gradually develop down our way. I still think that tomorrow morning will be rather wet. Now, it may not be super wet when you first get up in the morning, but it's going to get that way, I think, in the morning. And I still expect the heaviest rain during the afternoon to shift to the south. So there's tomorrow morning. This is Thursday morning. There's afternoon. I still think there'll be some showers around tomorrow afternoon, but I think that the heavier activity will shift down into central and maybe the western part of Texas. Let's say Lubbock, Fredericksburg, over towards Austin, San Antonio, maybe Dallas, Fort Worth area, those areas tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow night, you'll gradually see these storms moving to southeast Texas and over into Louisiana. It could be some severe weather maybe with some of this activity kind of down here. It looks like what we call a bit of a derecho maybe with some heavy wind perhaps type thunderstorms down that way. If we take a look at the current future tracker, and this has been pretty consistent, this does show not a whole lot through midnight, and then after midnight we start seeing some showers and storms try to develop. Now I don't know that this scenario is going to play out here. That's a pretty strong storm, and there's not a lot of instability back here, so I don't know that we're going to get a big thunderstorm like that. But I do expect at least some scattered activity as your front itself is kind of dropping through like this throughout the morning. So I do expect some scattered thunderstorms. These could be some pretty heavy ones there early on, maybe across some of our southern counties. Heavy rains are our main concern with those, maybe a little small hail and some gusty winds. I think that the heaviest rainfall, at least in our area, will be down this way. We're talking about Graham, Jacksboro, Bridgeport. Some decent rainfall to the north too, but that's where your heaviest activity will be. Now, you do see as we get towards late morning into the afternoon, the heaviest storms are going to drop down here closer to Interstate 20, and then they'll continue to move in that direction. So as that happens, you're going to see heaviest rain focus closer to 20, but there still could be maybe some showers trying to redevelop up our way in the afternoon. These probably will be more light than they are heavy, and maybe even some isolated stuff into tomorrow night, maybe even early on Friday morning, but I don't expect a lot there. Matter of fact, we should see some really nice weather for Friday. I did want to talk a little bit about next week. So we talked about the possibilities for some severe weather patterns maybe. And here's a jet stream. And the first thing you want to do when you're looking for severe weather or weather, you want to identify weather patterns before you kind of determine what the weather might look like long term. All right, so if you look here, we've got a dip in the jet stream. This is what you look north here, up there, the first little U you see up here in the northwestern part of the country. That's what we call this is the polar jet, or the northern branch of the jet stream, and this is the Pacific jet down here, down closer to the southern part of the U.S. But it looks like they're going to kind of merge together. Instead of seeing what we call split flow, we see kind of a merging jet stream. And that might create perhaps maybe some stronger jet stream winds. Nothing that just screams severe weather to me in this pattern. But when you get flow this time of the year, upper level flow, you can certainly, when you combine that with enough instability, you can get severe weather. But yeah, nothing that just screams severe weather. That's a pretty strong little jet stream moving through on Tuesday. But I don't know that that's going to generate rain. I think we're going to have some pretty strong cap in place early next week down here. A lot of hot air. We're trying to see building hot air across the southern states here. Now, as we head towards later in the week, don't see super strong jet stream winds, but there's some up there Thursday and maybe into Friday and Saturday. So maybe, I'm not saying you will, you might get into some rain chances, some storm chances with some of these patterns here. Of course, late next week and into the next weekend. That's the WFISD's graduations, the final graduation for Ryder, Hershey, and Old High. So, let's hope we don't get storms during that time period. But, when you have graduation outdoors, late May, early June, you're going to be dealing with this. I really wish that the WFISD would take these and put these back into the K. Yeager again, because then you don't have to worry about it. But, with this type of a scenario, you could. But, nothing screams, at least right now, that there's going to be a lot of severe weather. In fact, the pattern looks kind of hot to me at times. Could be some storminess from time to time, but if we take a look here Friday, still nice weather on Friday over us. Here we are on this Saturday. I think we start getting close to 90 on Saturday. And then Sunday, we jump well into the 90s, low to mid-90s. And then here we are Monday of next week. Look at those 95s and even some 100s trying to show up. Remember what I talked about last night, though? A lot of soil moisture. Everything's green and lush. So, unless the weather pattern is ideal for it, it could be difficult to see triple digits, at least early on. You get what's called evapotranspiration that takes place, and it actually helps cool the atmosphere. It makes it super humid, but it cools the atmosphere some. So that would be Monday. Oh, well, I want to go back. I don't want to go to that. Let's go back here. Let's see if I can, maybe as far out as I go. But I'm thinking that we could see some pretty warm weather, in the next week. And there might be some storm chances. But nothing that just screams. This is the weekend here, warm and breezy. Sunday, there's that system out, a little front. Looks like 2 cap for much in the way of storminess here. Maybe something isolated there, but nothing major. That front kind of stalls to the south of us, and then you get a little bit of perhaps some storms there Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday night. This would be what we call elevated stuff with the warm front. Now, you can see some little blips there, maybe on Thursday, and then that could be some strong thunderstorms. And then you might see, something like that again on Friday. So, if we do, it may be later on in the week, there could be something next week, but, until then. And then I think as we head into early June, we begin to transition and get out of the severe weather season, and we just transition to hot weather. Early on in the summer, I think it's going to be very humid, hot and humid before we dry out later on. Early on, there could still be rain chances, but I would think mid to late summer, probably just hot and dry, typical what you expect across this part of the country. All right, well, that's all I really got weather-wise. See if you all have any questions for the meteorologist here, for the GOAT here. So... What's up there, Lindsay? And I'm kind of the same way too. When someone friend requests me, if I don't know you or my wife doesn't know you, I typically don't accept it. I love for people to follow me on here. Definitely, I love it. But as far as on my personal page, that's kind of for my family and friends. I'm not saying you guys aren't friends. I'm just talking about I just need I just kind of reserve that for, people I'm close to, or I try to. I used to accept everybody because I felt bad about it, but especially after a severe weather event, man, I will have. I mean, there will be all kind of friend requests, and I will have no idea who anybody is. So I typically don't accept you unless I know you. I'm thinking tomorrow morning, sunrise or thereafter, Jenny. No spinny spins, Corey. You're welcome, James. I appreciate you. So your birthday is on the 20th. Let's see, when is the 20th here? So the 5th is today. 15th is today. 20th is Monday. Yeah, I think we'll be hot and dry, Jetelina Torres. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing here. I was thinking that Samantha probably has a hacked account. That's typically, we get a lot of that on here. They're asking to be friends. It's just a hacked account. So. Y'all tell me something good, man. What's going on? What's going on good for you right now in your world? Yeah, as far as me, what's going on in mine? Let's see. My youngest son will graduate high school on graduates high school on when is it? A week from this Saturday, on the 25th. Graduate from Ryder, 9 a.m. on a Saturday morning. I'm excited about the 9 a.m. part because I work. Of course, I'm off all next week. As long as the weather's good, I'm off. My parents will be in town, so I'll be off. I'm excited about them coming. One thing I always struggle with though, is when my parents come, is finding things to do. They're older, they're pretty old, so I mean, there's not a lot that we can get about. I'd like to do something besides just sit around the house. One thing that my kids and I, my wife and I joke about, when my parents come, we eat. That's what we do. We eat. Just eat a bunch. So, I mean, it's fun. Don't get me wrong, I like to eat, but at the same time, I would like to find some stuff to do too. So, oh, Volcano, you will not be disappointed, David. You will not be disappointed. Volcano, but let me tell you this about Volcano. You want to go with a group of people and everybody has to eat the all you can eat. You can't, if you're not going to have all you can eat, they make you go sit somewhere else away from your party. It just makes it easier on everybody if you do it that way. But the reason why you want to go with a group is because then you can try everything. Because everything's on the all you can eat. I'm talking all the specialty sushis. And I mean, if you were paying by that stuff a la carte, you'd be paying probably about $500-$600. So if you go with a bunch of people and everybody's just eating off the same, just pulling off at the same trays, you get to sample everything and find out which one you like the most. And remember, with sushi anyway, that rice, as carbohydrates are going to expand in your stomach pretty fast. So you're going to get full quickly. So, but Volcano, I give it, in my rating, A+. A+. I loved it. Love it. And I like sushi, but I don't like bad sushi. Like, I've been to the Chinese restaurant before, and they'll have sushi sitting down and I'll eat it. It's gross. This is good sushi. They make it from scratch back there. You order it and they make it. It's very, very good. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see, Heather. I don't think so. There could be some storms around. We'll have to just wait and see. Yeah, nothing severe tomorrow, so. Unsung heroes with the family. I haven't been to a movie at the theater since Top Gun. Or no. I went and saw that Avatar movie a couple of years ago, maybe when it came out with the kids and my mom, my family. But I haven't been to the movie theater since then. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like to go to the movie theater. I like to go and experience popcorn, but it's just so dang expensive. It's really expensive. I mean, you and your wife go to the movie. Just to go see the movie, it's over $20 now. I remember back when I was a kid. Here I go. When I was a kid, it was $5. Back when I was a kid, $5. But then you buy your popcorn and your Coke, and you done spend another $20 right there. So by the time you and your wife just go to the movie, you're gonna spend $60, and that same movie will be streaming on HBO Max or one of those many streaming platforms out there within about a week. Remember back in the day, it used to be movies. When it came off the movie, you had to wait, about a month or so. Then it came out on video, and then after a while, it would come out on HBO or whatever you had. So, but these days, it's movie and then straight to stream. But I don't know. I really pretty much quit doing TikTok, Corey. I like to watch TikTok, but I don't know. It's just so much bad information on TikTok, and you'll start out and you'll have a nice little following on there. Then everybody leaves. Unless you're a one of these weather hypers and whatnot, you just don't do well on there. So I mostly just stick to TikTok and YouTube these days. It just depends on, Brian, where they play. Do they have a turf field? And yeah, of course. Well, I don't know, maybe, probably. But if they play on dirt, then probably not. So. And Katie, weather like tonight's fine, and it's just towards the morning there could be some storms around. Well, not really severe, just kind of some downpours. Oh, everything's expensive now, James. Everything is expensive. Groceries, out of this world, man. Just ridiculous how expensive everything is. I wish that somebody would do. It's just like after COVID hit, man. Everything just went crazy, and we just can't seem to get back to a normal. Never been to Flesh Pit. I'm not sure what Flesh Pit is, Justin. Oh, that's good. That's real good news, Jetley, and I'm glad to hear that. That's good news. I like to hear good news because we live in a world of so much bad. It's good to hear about good. Well, I don't know that it'll be. It may not even be started by 7. You know. I did. I talked about this earlier today. I was in Jacksboro earlier today, and I had heard my wife and I had a herd burger. That is a good. Listen, I love hamburgers. A good hamburger. We got some good places here in Wichita Falls. I love Willie's. Willie's is great. Ronnie's is good. It's great. It's fantastic. Jean's is good. Scott's is good. My favorite in town is probably Willie's, but I like them all. But man, that herd burger, oh, that was good. No, no, Scott, you don't. Yeah, I'll be on the news here. I got to get dressed here in a minute, as you can see. So, Flesh Pit National Park. Where is Flesh Pit National Park? Where is it at? You're opening up a coffee shop over there in Quanah. That's good there, Jetlina. That's good. I love some good coffee. Oh, I like Freddy Smash Burgers. That's good too. I like it. My son and I go there. I like that fry sauce they give you. I haven't been in a while, but me and Cape used to go. I'm gonna miss him. He's about to move on. Listen, Cape has to be at college, at school on June the 1st. He's playing at Butler Junior College there, which is in El Dorado, Kansas, which is near Wichita, Kansas. And this brand of JUCO football is really good. It's if you ever heard of Last Chance U, it's that same conference. And yeah, he actually, the coaches from Alabama and K-State both like him, wanted to sign him, but they only could give him a preferred walk-on. So they told him that they wanted him to go to this. They specifically said Butler Junior College. They called the coaches up and said, hey, look, we got this kid. We want you to take him on. They basically gave him a full ride. And junior colleges typically don't do that. And said, we just want him to get some experience, and then we'll be able to give him hopefully a full ride to wherever next year. So he's got to be up there on June the 1st for summer workouts. So I'm going to miss him. Yeah, they are. All right. So Jessica, I don't know because Ryder Hoskins is turf field, so they may be able to get that in. I think they might. They play tomorrow afternoon or evening, but I think they get that in. Well, good luck to you there at Midwestern. Hopefully you get RN. Being a nurse is not nursing school is not easy. I know that for sure. So, yes, all my kids are named after weather. All right. So Felicity is my daughter. She's 22. And when we were expecting severe weather, the wind blows outside, and strong winds create these invisible horizontal. I'll talk about it from time to time. Create these invisible horizontal tubes that spin like this, and the stronger the wind shear, the more Helicity faster it is. So along comes a thunderstorm with rising air, and it causes that horizontal spin to buckle and spin like this, and becoming your tornado. Stronger that spin, the more likely it is for a storm to produce a stronger tornado. So that's Helicity. In order for a thunderstorm to develop, there has to be something called CAPE, C-A-P-E. That's my youngest son's name. That is the convective available potential energy for a thunderstorm to form. It has to have it. Without it, it can't form. And then there's haze, H-A-Z-E. It's like the hazy sunshine you see in the summertime. So there you have it. Oh, they're bad, man. They're bad. The mosquitoes, Linda, are awful at my house. My pond filled up. We live on a little finger of what was once Lake Wichita, but it's been dried up for years. And somebody who had the house before we did had just dammed it up and built their own pond. Well, it dried up, and now it's full of water, and there are snakes and mosquitoes everywhere. I mean, they're all over the place. Snakes, just seen a couple of those, but the mosquitoes, oh, B-A-D, bad. I like Jetlina. That's pretty good. I hope I said it right. Jetlina. Maybe Jetlina? I don't know. Thanks, Jolinda. Thanks, Jessica. I've got to go get dressed, y'all. I could talk to y'all all night, but yeah, I've got to get dressed. I got to go. I got to go get dressed and get ready for the newscast. So, but I hope Ryder will get the play. Go Ryder. I got a tough game, but it was that Grapevine team. That's tough. They got a pitcher there. I think it's being drafted by the MLB. They're going to be tough, but hopefully we can bring it home. Because remember, this is the last series of any sporting event for Ryder. Once the baseball team is done, Ryder is done. Athletics done. And I'm excited about our new schools, but I just absolutely hate that they're just shutting the doors and making it a middle school and all that history gone down the drain. It makes me sad, really it does. So, all right, guys, I got to go. I got to go get dressed for the newscast.